Hi, I'm Sue Blythe, and I'm with the Interfaith Climate Group, and that leads into the Climate Collaboratory, and I'll try to explain what all that means. I'm a grandmother of 8. I was trained as a educator, and I've been doing what we call informal education all these, gosh, 40 years. And I've been doing my best to show that we are one human family, one earth community with a common destiny. And so the work that I'm doing now is in Alachua County, Florida. And I have been bringing my global networks into the local activity that we're doing and trying to engage as many people as possible in understanding that we are, as a human family, learning to create peace on and with the earth. Well, welcome to our climate story. We're on the road to 2030, 2050, and beyond. Hello, it's me, Grandma Sue Blythe, and I have a story to tell about the world I want to see. Our story begins in the year 2050, when the world is celebrating the Earth's temperature coming back down. Our human family is creating peace on and with the Earth just in time. In my story, the sage in me is age 103. My great-grandchildren are getting ready for the 50th anniversary of the Earth Charter. They have questions, and I have a lifetime of stories to tell. Leaf asks, Great-Grandma Sage, how did our climate story begin? Well, we started right here in Alachua County, Florida. Way back in 2019, the city of Gainesville declared a climate emergency. Following the city's lead, our county commissioners took steps to help people prepare for climate emergencies like hurricanes, floods, wildfire, and extreme heat waves. People of faith and goodwill worked together, creating networks of support for whatever might come our way as the world got warmer. We were building community in a changing climate. We used the UN's global goals for 2030 as a blueprint for a world house where we could learn to live together in peace. Individuals, organizations, and cities told their own climate stories through the arts and sciences. Our storybook characters put them together in a video. We told 200 years of our county's history, looking at the many organizations that were working for environmental and social justice, and invited everyone to help imagine what our county might look like 200 years in the future. In October 2024, we told Alachua County's bicentennial climate story at the Alachua County Climate Fair. And in 2025, we invited people all over the world to tell the human family's climate story in the Earth Charter Century. Leaf says, and the rest is history. Thanks, Great-Grandma Sage. I'll add that to the human family's climate story on the holographic tree of life for Humanity Day 2050. Meanwhile, back in 2023, we want people to tell future generations what you do to make a world that works for all. What's your climate story? You can go to climatecollaboratory.org and share your story in a short video. When my grandchildren were little, I really was kind of horrified at the future that I could see for them based on what I knew about climate science and the changes that are coming. And I decided that it was up to me as a lover of my grandchildren and a lover of humanity to take care of this earth and to engage others in caring for the earth. And so I took my faith that told me that all the religions of the world are telling the same story about God's creation and taking care of the earth. And I thought, well, that is something that I want to share with my grandchildren and all grandchildren. And so what happened is I knew that I needed to find a way to express my faith in a way that could be used in public schools and would appeal to people of faith and goodwill who may not have any interest in the spiritual aspects. But I found the Earth Charter back in the year 2000. Well, the thing that I love about the Earth Charter is the closing words. And it says, "Let ours be a time remembered for the awakening of a new reverence for life, the firm resolve to achieve sustainability, the quickening of the struggle for justice and peace, and the joyful celebration of life." And that celebration of life is what I've tried to give to my children and invite people into. And so the way we're doing that is with a collaborative storytelling adventure that's coming to life in wonderful ways in Alachua County, Florida. And we have lots of people involved in this now, starting with Christians, Jews, Baha'is. We've had Buddhists and Hindus and people of so many different religions involved in activities over the years, really for the last decade with our Interfaith Climate Group. And now it is time to put it all together in what we call a collaborative storytelling adventure for our county's 200th anniversary next year. We're working with the Alachua County Office of Sustainability, Equity, Economic Development Strategies, and creating a plan for involving people of all ages and throughout the different strata of society to be part of this collaborative storytelling. We have a commitment from the Matheson History Museum to put our story into a virtual museum exhibit for the bicentennial celebration at the end of 2024. So we're taking a year to engage people, have them tell their own stories, and be part of Alachua County's bicentennial story. So as we tell our county's bicentennial climate story, we're going back 200 years into our history and telling the stories of real events that took place here from the time that people lived in harmony with nature, and the stories of how other people came in, how those relationships developed. And we're going to follow the social and the environmental and the technological stories that take us into our present day. And we're interviewing lots of people in our community, some of whom, like me, remember all the way back into the 60s when we were calling for change and creating peace in this world. And then, of course, there was Earth Day and all of that. So people have a lot of memories that we want to capture. The organizations that are alive and well and working in our community to make a world that works for all. Each of the organizations in our community has its own story to tell about its history and how they got to where we are now and what they're doing in the world to make the world a better place for everyone. And then we're going to be asking our young people to help us envision 200 years into Alachua County's future. And we do that by making a plan for 2024 when we tell our bicentennial climate story. And then we look forward to 2030 when the world is celebrating the big win of the global goals from the United Nations. And then we look forward to the year 2050 when the Earth's temperature is coming back down. And the County Historical Commission has asked us to look all the way to 2224 so that we can have a vision of where we're going in 200 years. And what we do now today, and especially in these next 7 years, is going to make a difference to how we tell that story. If I could have my wish, everyone on this planet, no matter how young or old they are, would find their own role in this collaborative storytelling adventure that we are telling as one human family. And the way we do that in these next 7 years is to get on board with the global goals. So you can get some help with that if you go to globalgoals.org and look and see which of those 17 sustainable development goals appeals most to your heart. Which one lights you up and makes you want to do something to make the world better? And once you've found that, you go out, you do it, and then come back and tell us the story of what you are doing right here and now to make a world that works for everyone on this dear planet.